getting cloudy. Looks like it's gonna rain. I think it's raining back there in the hills. So we're approaching Rawlins, Wyoming. Still a way to go, but here's a little town of Rawlins, Wyoming. Downtown. Park and take a little walk. Okay, so since we are in Wyoming and it's the wild country, I'm obviously off the freeway now. There's a ranch. I would like to see some animals, especially bison, but it might be, well, I saw some bison already, but they were like by the freeway behind the fence, but there's some horses. I think I'm gonna come over and try to hang out with the horses, leave my car here, maybe pull it over a little bit so someone can pass me, and let's see if we can get close to the horses. I bought this really cool knife, by the way, and it's when I stopped in Rawlins. It's a really cool knife. It's very heavy. It's like, it looks like a good quality knife. It was only $19. Anyway, there's the horses. They're kind of looking at me. I wonder if they'll come close. I wish there were bison instead of horses, but I'm happy with a horse. Hey, horsey. Good morning from Casper, Wyoming. So this hike is inside a park called the Rotary Park, which is all this. I'm kind of halfway through. I'm not going to go all the way to the top, just because I'm kind of over hiking for a while. I've hiked a little bit already, but this hike enjoys a waterfall, and this is the waterfall. So it's not falling from the very top. Obviously, there's a bunch of little streams that gather up here, and this is a tiny little waterfall. So I'm just about to check it out and maybe peek over the edge as far as I can without falling to my death. Okay, hold on to this branch. This is the waterfall in Casper, Wyoming. Kind of cool, huh? Goes all the way down there. Looks like I got lucky. There's some sort of a festival going on here. There was an event over there, and there's a little concert here.
I am back from the man in Brussels. He walked 6 foot cold, full of muscle. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled, gave me a Vegemite sandwich, and he said, I come from a land down under. It is slow and much under. And you hear the thunder.
So I really don't feel like I did Casper, Wyoming enough justice. It's a really cool town, and I didn't film enough footage to give it the kind of attention that it deserves. The little concert that you just saw, I met this guy there and I bought a beer and we started talking and chatting about life. And he was originally from Wyoming, so it was nice to get a perspective of a local person. It was just a really pleasant evening. Everybody was miling around and about, and there were older people, younger people, there were kids, there were teenagers. It was just a really cool, friendly atmosphere, and I didn't feel excluded at all. So a bunch of fun things happened to me when I was in Casper. One of them was that I met a couple of guys on Grinder. As you may know, I'm a single person now, so I am free to do whatever I want when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I met up with this guy. We had breakfast, and then we went to one of his houses because he had like a spare house, and we had cereal, and it was actually really fun. He was a good guy for conversation, and the cereal was fun too. Then I met with a different guy another day on a different day, the next day, and it's such a small town that the second guy already knew that I had met the first guy. Now, I don't think he knew that we had cereal, but he certainly knew that we had met. So it just kind of goes to show that news travels really fast in a small town like that, especially within the gay community, because if it's a small town, the gay community is going to be even smaller. But I wasn't angry at all. I just found the whole situation kind of amusing and funny. It didn't bother me at all because I wasn't going to stay there forever. I was just passing. I always pay attention to architecture when I travel, and this was possibly the ugliest building in Casper, Wyoming. I generally like the buildings there. They were very Western and small town American, Victorian style, Edwardian style, colonial style, but this was just an ugly, commie looking, socialist looking building. Didn't like it at all. And it really reminded me of a very similar building that stands in Salford, England, where I used to live near Manchester. Here's a picture of the one in Salford, and I think they look pretty similar, which is kind of sad. So I have to talk about this picture. I met this guy in Casper, Wyoming. He was actually introduced to me as a Polish guy, and he was a Polish guy called Jacek, which is Jack in English, and he is a filmmaker. His movie was just about to be shown. It's called Los Polacos, meaning the Poles. He's married to a South American woman, and he makes his home in Casper, Wyoming. He left Poland in the 70s, so he's been in the States for quite a while. Yeah, it was kind of cool to see him and talk to him and just shoot the shit from Warsaw as well. And so who'd have thought like two Warsaw men would meet in the middle of Wyoming? It was just kind of bizarre and fun, and he's a really nice guy.